Good morning, sixth grade.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are we? All right, let's see who we got today. Today, it is Monday, June 12th of 2020. I want to greet the following students that decided to show up at 8 a.m., actually a little earlier than that. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Omar, Demi, Aiden B, Amanda, Alyssa, Blessing, Carlos, Daniel, Jasmine. Good morning to Juan, Kamora, Kira, Christiane, Melanie, Nazir C, Sarai, Ulysses, Yair, Zachariah, Adrian, Ilani, and Jameer. Good morning to the 24 of you. I'm sure as we get started, a few more will come up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to share on the screen what we're going to be working on. Reminder, if your camera's not turned on, please turn it on. Everything that you need to know is here. We're going to start by reading. Sorry, I made the wrong date. I said June 12th. I meant to say today it's Monday, June 15th. My mistake. All right, we have the same learning target that we've been having. We're working with rational numbers and integers with two-step problems. So Miss Demelisa, can you read where it says lesson notes today? Today's scholars.
Today's scholars will review how to solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of integers, rational numbers, and apply to real-world situations. This is the beginning of 7th grade math. Please refer to the chart below to assist you for familiar with the rules.
Awesome. So we're going to now go over the rules. Tammy, you know what you're going to do for me. Okay, you're just going to flip the page. Aiden Burnell, can you read the addition rules for me on my screen? It says addition. What does it say to do, bud?
Today's scholars, we will
No, wait, Aiden. It says addition. Integer rules addition.
Oh, like signs, use common signs. -4 plus negative equals -3. Different signs, subtract and use signs of higher number. 5 plus -2 equals 30.
Remember, when the signs are the same, we keep the sign and add. When the signs are different, we take the sign of the higher number and we subtract. Okay, Omar, can you read the subtraction for me, please?
Yes.
Can you read where it says subtraction? What does the word say here? Rewrite.
Rewrite by addition, the opposite, then following the rule for addition.
Can you read the numbers in red and blue, please?
-5, minus plus +3 equals -5 plus -3 equals -8.
So remember, when we're doing subtraction, Omar, we have 3 words that we use. We use keep, change, change, KCC, because you're doing the additive inverse. Every subtraction integer question gets turned into an addition sentence. Then you apply the addition rules that Aiden read. Miss Demelisa Martinez, can you please read the multiplication rules for us?
Parentheses, positive times positive equals positive. Parentheses, negative times parentheses, negative equals positive. Positive times negative equals negative. Negative times positive equals negative.
All right, read the division rules, Demelisa, because it's the same thing.
Positive divided by positive equals positive. Negative divided by negative equals positive. Positive divided by negative equals negative. Negative divided by positive, negative.
All right, so real quick here, multiplying and dividing integers. You've been hearing me say this now for the last, I think we've been doing integers for 2 or 3 weeks at this point. Not 100% sure. So now we got 27 students. So you've been hearing me do this now for a while. All right, so when we are multiplying, I hit a button. When we are multiplying and dividing integers, the rules are the same thing. So when you're multiplying and dividing, when the signs are the same, it's always positive. When you're multiplying and dividing integers, when the signs are different, they're always negative. We're going to erase that. Everyone at this point, I hope makes the corrections that were in red and yellow. And I'm gonna read and model the first few problems, and I'm gonna have my assistant help me out. I'm gonna do this one. All right, let's see who we got here. I'm gonna stop my share to call someone to read me the question. I'm going to start off with Kira. Good morning. Okay, Kira, I'm gonna share my screen. You're gonna read the problem 1 on page 2, dear. Okay, looks like this. Go ahead.
Evaluate A plus B for A negative 46 and B minus 34.
All right. When the word evaluate is written, Kira, what do you think that word means? When they said evaluate, what are we physically going to do? We had that word come up this whole year. We worked with it again we pretty much work with it every day. When you evaluate, Kira, we're actually finding the answer. Write this down. Finding the answer. Okay, what we're doing is we're finding the solution. That's what it means. Now, we have A plus B. And it says that A is equal to negative 46 and B is equal to, what does that say, 34? Sorry, my contacts are bothering me this morning. I can't see straight. Now, Kira, what number goes in place of A? Look on my screen if you're not sure.
What'd you say?
Huh? What number is going to go in place of A? Look on my screen if you're not sure. What is A equal to? What number is that?
Negative 46.
Right. So now what we're going to actually do, guys, is we are going to substitute the number in place of the variable, going back to algebra. So in place of A, Kira says we put negative 46. Then we're going to add, what is B equal to, my dear? What number is B? 34. Now it's going to equal a number. Now, we notice here, Kira, and the rest of the 28 of you that are on, or 30 of you at this point, when the signs are different, what do we do according to page 1? What do we do when the signs are different? Do we add or subtract? Different signs. Different signs mean we subtract and keep higher numbers, the higher number. We subtract and keep the higher number sign. The higher, it doesn't really make sense, but you get the idea. Now, we know that the highest number is 46, so it's negative. Now we're going to actually subtract 46 minus 38, 34. 46 minus 34 is going to be negative 12. So now we can conclude that the answer has to be A, negative 12, and not 80, negative 80, or negative 12. There is showing your work. Please write that down now. I hope that makes sense. All this question was algebra skill that we already knew. And all we're doing is we are substituting numbers in place of the variable. That is all we are doing, and we are applying the integer rules. The reason why it's negative, again, in case you were unsure, is because when the signs are different, you keep the sign of the higher number and you subtract, folks. Now, when we read problem 2, I'm going to make an addition. Okay, I'm going to give you another 5 seconds because I chopped off a number by accident. Okay, I'm going to erase that now. In 10, I'm taking it off the screen. In 9, to get you ready for the next one. In 8, in 7, in 6, in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2. We're now going to erase everything. All right, we're now going to look at the next one. But before we do that, I want to make an addition. So if everyone looks on problem 2 on page 2, because I'm looking at my hard copy, see my hard copy here, just to make sure my pages equal yours. All right, everyone see where it says 5x minus? We have to actually physically add a number in there. So we're gonna actually have to add in a number. We're gonna add the numbers. It's gonna let me with the pen. All right, I'm gonna take it with the pink, and I'm gonna write in what I write on my paper. It has to be a 3 here. This should say a 3. So it should say 5x minus 3. So it's 5x minus 3, and now we're going to read the question. So I am going to have, let me go see who's on here, who we're going to cold call right now. Melanie, please read problem 2 on the screen. I know. Unmute yourself, darling. Please. Okay, read me problem 2, paying attention to 5x minus 3. Correct that now on your paper.
All right.
Okay, let's go. Read it.
Read the problem?
Yeah, it's right on my screen.
Oh. A triangle has sides with lengths of 2x minus 5x minus 3 and 2x minus 2. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Do it to the hint?
Yeah, read it.
Hint. You must draw and label the 3 sides of the triangle. You will have to combine the like terms and use the integers rule.
Okay, so we're gonna have to draw a triangle. I'm not sure if I can do it on here. Demi, are you able to draw a triangle for me? Let me see if I can go to insert. Let me go into drawing over here. Hold on 1 second, let me get this out of the way. Insert, image, no. There's a way I could do it, I just don't remember how to do it. Tools, format, forgot how you do
Draw a
it.
triangle.
All right, Demi, can you draw it for us? Thank you.
Yeah, I just need you to scroll down. I forgot I was on mute.
All right, hold on, dear. There was someone else I had to admit. Scroll down.
Yeah.
All right, then let me unannotate this then. Remember, that should say 5x minus 3, all right? All right, Demi, let's do this quick, dear. There you go. Can you draw it to the right of the writing where the answer choices are?
All right.
All right, so Demi's gonna draw a triangle. All of you are gonna draw a triangle. Thanks, Demi.
Mhm.
We know that a triangle has 3 sides. So Demi, on one side of the triangle, I want you to type in 2x minus 7. Let's do that now. Type in 2x minus 7 on one side of the triangle. Can we both write on it together, Demelisa?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do one side. Okay, Demi actually did it perfect. On the other side of the triangle, Demi, can you write 5x minus 3, please?
Yeah.
So that they can all see what we're doing. Can you write 5x minus 3? Thank you guys for being patient. It doesn't matter what side you put these numbers on. As long as they're on each side, it doesn't matter. 5x minus 3 is on one side, and on the other side, we're gonna have 2x minus 7. And then I'm gonna take over from here, 2x minus 7. Now, as Demi does that, 2x minus 7 is the last one. We need to understand what the word perimeter means. So the perimeter means you have to add, write this down, perimeter means add all the sides. Add all the sides up. That's what perimeter means. Okay, write that down. Perimeter means add all the sides up. So now what we're physically going to do is first, we are going to create how we're going to add this up. So now when we look at it, we have 5x minus 3 on one side plus, because perimeter means add, 2x minus 2, perimeter again means add, and then we're going to add 2x minus 7 to get equal to an answer. Now, we want to combine the like terms. And when we combine something, that means we're going to put together what's the same. So clearly when we look here, we have a 5x plus a 2x plus a 2x. We're going to first put those together. So step 1 is we are going to combine, just a refresher, the like terms. That means same, in this question, variables, which are letters. So in this question, what is the same? 5x plus 2x plus 2x. And again, how I got that is that if you look here in the question, we have 5x, 2x, and 2x, paying attention to the sign that separates the terms. That is how I arrived at that solution, or that part so far. Anyone have any questions so far? Feel free to ask me now. If not, I'm going to move on. All right, we're going to move on. Now, 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9x. That's the first component. Now we're going to actually take care of the integers. So now what we're going to physically do is we are going to take care of the integers. I'm going to use pink. We have -3, -2, and -7. We are adding. So the signs are the same, which means we keep the sign and we add. And then we're going to put the whole term together. So let me just double check something. All right, no one's in my screen here. All right, so now what we're going to do is this. That is the variables. We are now going to add -3 plus -2 plus -7 to equal a term. And we know here that we're going to keep the signs because they're the same and add. So we know it's negative. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 12. Now I'm going to actually put the whole entire thing together. So the answer, we have the 9x minus 12. Oops, minus 12. So now I can say that the only answer that has 9x minus 12 is A. Not B, not C, not D. Because those do not match. They have 5x. When there's no coefficient, there's a 1. That's not true. And -3x does not make any sense because we had to add. So A is the correct answer for the reasons and explanation as I stated. Okay, I'm going to call on someone, though, to do number 3. You should be able to do that one. Again, perimeter means add up all the sides. You're going to be seeing that as you now go into 7th grade in the next, pretty soon when you finish 6th grade over the summer, you're going to be going into 7th grade and you're going to be hearing lots of the word with perimeter. So remember, perimeter means add, area means multiply. I'm going to clear the screen in 10, in 9. We're doing really well on time. In 8, we're going to move on to problem 3. If you're ready to finish, try problem 3 on your own, read and annotate, see what you get. In 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, in 0. Again, when I post this video, if you didn't get it, you can go back to the video and you can get whatever it is that you need. Because actually, I demonstrated it better here than I did on my paper. All right, let's look at problem 3 here. Let's have Jasmine Lopez. Can you read us problem 3 on my screen or in your packet, dear?
Okay. One winter day, the temperature increased from a low of -5 degrees Fahrenheit to a high of 40 degrees Fahrenheit. By how many degrees did the temperature change?
Okay, so Jasmine, increased by -5 degrees, and then it went to a high of 40 degrees. It says that you should draw a number line, but that's going to be a little hard to do here because you can't really draw a vertical number line that I know of here because it would take us a long time. Let's just look at this question. All right, then I'm going to present my paper so you can see it both ways. Let's look at it. Jasmine, I need some help here. If it increased to -5, first of all, -5, what kind of integer, Jasmine? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, so -5. We want to find the difference. the change. So we're gonna subtract them. Thank you, Demi. Demi, awesome. Can you put positive 40 at the top, and can you put 0 in the center, and then can you put -5 below that? Now, it says a high of 40 degrees. So Jasmine, 40 degrees, is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, so I'm gonna put plus 40, you'll see why. Now, we're gonna use keep, change, okay? Now, Jasmine, we're gonna keep what number?
-5
What happens to the subtraction?
equals add. Add.
We're gonna keep the positive 40. Right, positive 40. Now, Jasmine, what do we know about the signs? Are they the same or different?
Different.
Different signs say I keep the sign of the higher number and I subtract.
Subtract.
Sign of higher number and subtract. So the answer, we know it's going to be positive. Let's look at this. I goofed up. Anyways, from -5 to 0, we have 5 units. So from 0 to -5 is 5. And from 0 to 40, we have 40. So if we wanted to figure out from -5 to 40, we have to go 45. So when you look at this, from 0 to -5, it's going to be 5. And from 0 to 40, it's going to be 40. Therefore, the answer is going to be 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Choice A. Okay, choice A is the answer, folks. Whoever's got the background noise, kindly just mute yourself, okay? You need the skill to develop self-control, and you're doing a really good job right now. So there we go. The number line is shown. So as she does that, I just want to show you that, you know, if you look, I just want to show you something. From here to here, I just want to add something. I just thought about it. This represents 40. And then we're going to go down. We're going to look at, let's do the draw button. Oh, I got it. From here, thanks, Demi, to there, that's going to represent 5. Let's get the text box. So this represents 5. Got it? Please make sure you have this little drawing on your paper as well. Please draw the vertical number line. We're going to actually, on the next page, we're going to kind of unscramble the word. Those are kind of fun. Pick your brain a little bit. We're going to erase this now. Okay, I think I got it all off. Oh, no, I did not. Oh, I missed a spot. Okay. All right, Esther. Esther, you can come off mute. You could do the next page. I'm not sure where you are, Esther. Let me see your face. Where are you, Esther? All right. Esther, you're good. Esther, you're going to read for us page 4. What does the directions state in the word bank here? Go ahead.
Use the word bank to write the correct word on the number line for scrambled terminating decimals, integer, additive, inverse, numbers, including decimals.
All right. So we have 5 words on the word bank here. We have to unscramble the word. Based on what we know, any number that can be written as a ratio of 2 integers is what kind of number, Esther?
any number that is
Has the word ratio in it. Look at the words that have ratio.
rational numbers.
Good, so we're gonna write national number. Next one. Esther, can you read when you're ready? Can you read us B, dear?
A member of the set of all numbers and your opposite is integers.
Excellent. Next one.
Decimals in which one or more digits repeat infinitely is
Keyword, it says repeat.
yes, is terminating decimals. Wait, no,
Well, is it terminating or repeating?
repeating decimals.
Right, when something repeats, it's a repeating decimal, like 1/3, 0.333333333, that's a repeating decimal, 0.3333. 2/3, 0.666666, repeating decimal. You're gonna learn more about this next year. Oh, not terminating, sorry, I meant repeating.
Okay, the opposite of any number is additive inverse.
Okay, and the last one, D, is an additive inverse. I'm gonna actually clear some of this. So number A, guys, letter A, you should have had rational number. Letter B, you should have had an integer.
We're not done. Oh, we are.
Letter C was a repeating decimal. And now I wanna show you on D what you should have had. Okay, so now I'm gonna be able to continue the screen. Esther, go ahead, keep reading.
Oh. Decimals that have a finite number of digits are terminating decimals.
Good. Okay, keep going. What else? Is that it? Is there another one or that's it?
That's it.
Okay. Let me just catch up to you because I have to read it. Repeating decimals. You said number D was what? Or letter D was what?
Additive inverse.
Please correct your spelling. No reason to get it wrong because the correct spelling is in front of you on a box. So I shouldn't see any misspelled words. There you go. There you have it. There's your answers for A, B, C, D, and E. Rational number is written as a ratio. An integer has whole numbers and opposites. A repeating decimal is when the digit, one of them keeps repeating infinitely, means it goes on and on and on. D, the opposite of any number, is the additive inverse, as you already knew. We've been working with that for a long time now. And last but not least, decimals that have a finite number of digits are terminating decimals. You're going to learn more about that. You kind of got an intro from me. You'll get more of that in 7th grade. Any other questions at this point?
No.
Good?
Yes.
All right, let's see what's going on in this chat. All right. All right, I'm erasing it now in 3, 2, 1. We're almost done. Love this class. You guys are always so well behaved. Thank you for showing up every day. It means a lot to me. Okay, Zachariah, camera on. You're reading question 5 right now, please. Thanks. Let me just put my screen up a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
A football team loses 3 yards on one play and 6 on another play. Write a sum of negative integers to represent this situation. Find the sum and explain how it is related.
Explain how it is related to the, you didn't finish. To the problem. All right, Zach, if you lose something, is that a positive or negative number? Zach?
Negative.
Okay, so negative. So if you lose 3 yards, we're now going to translate that as to what kind of integer, kiddo?
-3.
-3. Now you lose 6 yards. What kind of integer is that, Zachariah?
-6.
Now, it says find the sum. What does sum mean? Zachariah?
The total.
How do I find the total? What operation?
You have to add -3 plus -6.
And what do you get?
9.
So now the equation would be what? What do we get? Is how much?
9.
Huh?
9.
Not 9.
Negative 9.
Good. So the answer, the sum is negative 9. This means that what? How many yards were lost in all?
Not 9 yards were lost.
Right. This means that the football team lost 9 yards in their play. Okay, I try to put sports in here for you guys. I know a lot of you like sports. So to make it more relatable to you. We're almost done. We're gonna do page 6, the exit ticket, and then you're gonna go and do the extension in your breakout. Actually, no, we're gonna go up to page 6 here. We're gonna do the exit ticket, and then you're gonna do the extension on your own. So there you have it, problem 5. Again, a loss is a negative. So it's something that you lose. That's why it's negative. We're going to add negative 3 plus negative 6. When we add negative 3 plus negative 6, we are actually going to arrive at negative 9 is how much is lost. I'm taking it down in 3, 2. I still see Ulysses still writing. I see Adrian is still focusing right now. Who else? I think everyone at this point is pretty much done. I'm going to ask one more time. The camera must be on or you get no credit. End of discussion. All right, I'm going to take it down now. Perfect. We got one more problem and then the exit ticket. All right, Adrian, are you able to unmute yourself? Let me see. Adrian? Yes? No? No? She's trying. No? All right, Carlos. Unmute yourself, please. All right. Oh, there's an echo. Everyone hear that? Okay, Carlos, can you read me problem 6 on this paper? Carlos? You want to read it?
Yes.
Okay, try. What does it say on page 6? What help me? When
The
quarterback
is
is that word is sacked.
what?
Sacked.
Sack.
Yep, sacked.
The team lose yards in one game. The quarterback was sacked 4 times.
Beautiful.
What was the total? Add up all the numbers and keep the negative sign.
Of the sack yardage. Good reading.
Sack.
Those were not easy words, but I'm going to ask you a question because I know and I'm pretty confident, sir, you're going to be able to answer what I'm asking. So let's go do the annotation first. Oh, that echo is annoying. All right. So it says here, loses yards, right? Loses. Let me change the color. I don't like that color. Let's do orange. Loses yards. And we want to find the total, which says add up. So when you have a loss, is that a positive or negative number, Carlos? When you lose, is that positive or negative? If you lose money or lose something, do you get
Negative.
Yeah. So when you lose it, it's going to be negative. And then we have the word total means what? How do we find the total? What operation?
Add.
Right, which means add. All right, so now we're going to take all these numbers where it says yard, where it says here yard, yardage, sack yardage. And we are physically now going to add. So we're going to add up all the sack. Please write these words down, guys. Yardages. To find the sum, which is the total. So we're going to add up. Negative 14 plus negative 5 plus negative 12 plus negative 23 to get blank sack yardage. We're going to get a number. We know, Carlos, are the signs the same or different? Carlos? Carlos? Are the signs the same or different?
Different.
They are? Or they all have negatives?
Negative.
Right, so same signs, we keep the sign and add. So now number 4, we're going to keep the negative. What's 14 plus 5, Carlos?
19.
19. 19 plus 12 is how much? $19 plus 12, Carlos?
19 plus what?
19 plus 12.
31.
31. Now 31 plus 23, kiddo, is how much?
$54.
Yep. So the answer to negative 54 is the sack yardage. That's the answer. Answer is negative 54. Excellent job for those that wrote it in the box. Appreciate it. We all see that? All right, we're moving on in 10, 9. The extension problem on page 6, you're going to do that on your own. Page 6, that's extra credit. Again, it's extra credit to complete after practice problems. So you can do that after we get off. We're moving along in 3, in 2. If you're done, I want you to go to page 8. Okay, page 8, problem 1 is exactly like the page we just did. So some are still writing. So if you're done, go try page 8, question 1 on your own. It's exactly like the one we just did with Carlos. So go see if you guys can do that. Then I'm going to call on someone to present page 8, problem 1. People are still writing. That was a lot to write. So you're working on page 8. Problem 1 is exactly like page 6 that I just did. And then when you finish with that, feel free to go to question 2. And then we're going to go over the answers. That way that there's no problem. So yes, it is page 8, the exit ticket. For me, it's page 7. You might be page 8. Whatever your exit ticket is on, it's page 7, I guess. So just give me a sec. I'm just erasing what I drew on my work. All right, so page 6, you're going to do this one alone. Page 6 is the extension alone. Sorry, it's page 7 on your paper. The exit ticket is page 7, problem 1. Scroll on. Ilani.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we do here in question 1?
We have to add.
Good, what are we adding?
We're adding all the negative, which is the score.
Mm-hmm. And when you do that, how come I can't? Okay. So when you do that, what numbers should we be adding, kiddo?
The -3, 1, -5, and -2.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write that down. We're gonna add -3 plus -1. This is pretty easy. You don't need to calculate. This is pretty simple stuff. Now, Ilani, are the signs the same or different?
They're the same.
So when they're the same, what do? We keep it or we subtract? Same sign, what do?
We keep it.
Good, same sign, we keep. So it's gonna be negative.
11.
3 plus 1 is how much?
4.
4 plus 5.
9.
9 plus 2.
11.
Good. Please make sure you're writing down the exact notes I modeled, because in some of your packets, some of you guys were just writing down answers. You didn't have any of the notes I wrote. So therefore, it's -11. So we pick choice A. We don't have to cross off. Well, all right. So the answer is A. The key word here was total, and total meant to add. So if you look, total here, oh, shoot. What did I do? Total means add. So all you're doing, Zechariah, sit up. All you're doing is you're adding -3 plus -1 plus -5 plus -2, and that is how you got -11. Now we're going to erase that. Move on to the last question of the day. Chris Danielise, can you read this question for us, please?
A seal is swimming in the ocean 5 feet below sea level. It dives down 12 feet to catch some fish. Then the seal swims 8 feet up towards the surface with its catch. What is the seal's final elevation relative to sea level?
All right, Chris, you can help me out here because I forgot some stuff. Chris, when we have 5 feet below, is that positive or negative?
5 feet below is negative.
The -5. Now we're going to go down. And now we go down 12 feet. Is that a positive or negative integer?
Negative.
Good. And now we're going to go I'm going to say 8 feet up. What kind of integer is that?
Positive.
Positive 8. So now, Chris, again, we have to find the what?
We have to find the final elevation of the dolphin.
Okay, we're going to find the final elevation. So now, Chris, what are we going to do with these numbers?
We're
-5.
going to add.
We're going to add them up. Now, Chris, we have -5 plus -12. How much is that?
That is.
That's fine, and you're going to add.
That's -17.
Okay, so we got -17. And now we have to now add +8. So we got -17 plus 8 is how much? Signs are different. I keep the higher sign and I subtract, right?
Subtract.
So what do we get?
-9.
-9, which means, let's look at the answer choices. What does A say?
A says 9 feet below.
And we got -9, so is that true?
Yes.
And B says 9 feet above, is that true?
No.
The next one, C says 90 feet below, does that make any sense?
No.
And then it says 90 feet above, does that make any sense?
No.
There you have it. There is your answer to question 2. Now, when the exit ticket goes up today at 12:30, folks, I suggest you do it. It should take you literally 2 seconds. Again, you need to get in the habit of submitting the exit ticket at 12:30 when it's posted. Because what's happening is you're making it very difficult for us to input your grade because people are submitting it a week late. Not happening this week. Be on top of your work. Make sure you do your eye ready. Let me hit stop here.